So one thing that I think would be really interesting is when we talk about access is language. So if maybe there's a space on this card that also indicates what that person's preferred language might be, because whether they're going somewhere and they have the option to interact with somebody, then they can show it to somebody, or they can explain what language they would like their service in. Or if it's something where it's an emergency and they're unconscious and an emergency medical tech person is looking at this card, they know what language they're going to need or to communicate with their family member in or something like that. And that's something, and I think that some of the information that is contained on this card, whether or not it's just for Providence or not, something like language would carry over. You don't need to be just in Providence to say, oh, this person speaks that language or needs language services. So there's going to be information on there that doesn't matter regardless what city or town they're in.
Absolutely. So we'll go here, here, and then there.
Especially in light of your interest in reaching transient populations, what are your expectations of the type of documentation that you expect people to have to provide in order to qualify?
So we've been looking at different cities, so San Francisco, New York City, Richmond has been, those have been some of the cities we've been looking at. And I think what makes this program progressive is it does provide more types of identification, both in terms of residency and identity, than the standard like passport, driver's license. So it's something that we've been working with our human resources office on, our law department, but also learning from best practices like the mayor talked about earlier from other cities. What are forms of identification that they allow and have allowed their programs to be successful? And let's just learn best practice. Let's not reinvent the wheel. So it's definitely something, especially in terms of what you can, what documentations you can have for residency and identity, that we are absolutely looking at other cities to help guide us on.